Hey guys, I'm Ray.
And I'm Jason.
And we are currently in a KOA that I won't talk smack about. I also didn't realize how much smack I might have talked about KOA in previous videos. I don't have like horrible distaste for them, but apparently in some blogs I have talked some serious smack. So anyway, the reason I will not talk smack about this KOA is because, well, as you can see, here is our RV, and here is Devil's Tower. So we have a great view. This park is set up in a way that if you're in this section, almost anyone's gonna have a great view of Devil's Tower.
Yeah, and this was one of those campsites that I really wanted to go to because I heard about it, I don't know, fairly shortly after we hit the road. And they do a screening of Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which prominently features Devil's Tower here.
Yes.
And so they do a screening every single night. So I don't know why. I really wanted to see it. Ray had never seen the movie. And so last night we went over to the viewing and...
Yeah. We watched it.
We saw it.
We saw it. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but I knew it was gonna be cheesy because it's an older movie, and I thought it was supposed to be scary a little bit. It's not scary at all, and it is. I'm just thinking about the aliens. Ooh, if you haven't seen it in a while either, you should probably just go give it another watch, because like when they reveal the aliens, oh, that's good. It's so funny.
Ray's not impressed with the special effects they had
back
then.
Anyway, so if you have been thinking, well, last week's video was Glacier and now you're already at Devil's Tower. Yes, we are 700 miles away from Glacier, and we did that drive in 2 days. Well, I'm sorry, Jason did that drive in 2 days, and we got pretty lucky. We stayed in, if I remember correctly, it was a state park?
City park.
Oh, a city park. What was great about this city park was that it was free. They do have a donation box, so if you are taking advantage of free camping, you know, take whatever you have, even if it's a couple bucks. Like, we had some toll money because we never carry cash, so just try and contribute to those things if you can so they stay free. But this was a great little campground. I mean, our site was pretty big. We just picked the first one right when we pulled in because we knew we were heading out, you know, the next morning. But I was really surprised to find a city park that was completely free. If you are passing through, it was
Columbus,
west of Billings.
Yeah.
Yes, about 10 miles west of Billings, Montana. So definitely a good stopover, or even it looks like a great place to, you know, spend a couple days, hang out on the river, you know, explore a little bit. So with that said, are you ready to go check out Devil's Tower?
Yeah, let's go see the aliens on the other side.
Yeah, please. Oh my goodness. Guys, I have to admit, this tower is growing on me. I was excited to see it, but now that we're actually here, it's just really cool up close. So if you're wondering how it's formed, because that was my first question when we got here, I'm just gonna read right out of the pamphlet for you. But it says, about 50 million years ago, molten magma was forced into sedimentary rock above it and cooled underground. As it cooled, it contracted and fractured into columns. Over millions of years, erosion of the sedimentary rock exposed Devil's Tower. So it's really cool to think about how long this thing right here that we get to enjoy took to even get here. Another fun fact about it is this was our first national monument. And if you're wondering what's the difference between a national monument and a national park, the difference is that national parks are designated by Congress, while national monuments are typically designated by our presidents. So Theodore Roosevelt actually designated this as our first national monument under, I always forget the name, what's it called?
The Antiquities Act.
Under the Antiquities Act. I almost got through it there. But we were reading earlier, which I thought was pretty funny, is when the Antiquities Act went into effect, Theodore Roosevelt took advantage of that and designated 18 national monuments his first year after the act went into effect. Like that, we are back in our campground.
So pretty much we didn't have a lot of time today since we're working and we're actually leaving tomorrow morning. So all we did was a hike that just did a small loop around the tower. It was like 1.4 miles, completely paved. Anyone can do it. A little bit of incline, but not massive.
If you do want to take a longer hike, they definitely have longer hiking trails here, a couple of miles. So if you want to stay away from the crowds and stay away from the high trafficked path, the loop around the tower, then definitely go take a different trail. I'm sure you would still have some of the same beautiful views. With that said, we will catch you tomorrow because you are coming boondocking with us, and fingers crossed that this spot works out perfectly because we don't have time to scout. We're just going straight there. All right, guys, well,
we got a new dent in the truck.
In the same spot, however, this time was much more sad. We just hit a deer. So...
Well, a deer hit us.
A deer hit us, yes.
Middle of the day, so it's not even, it's like 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Wide open green fields on both sides, and...
He was in the median here in this little grassy area, and Jason saw him starting to cross the road, and I have to give you like really big props for avoiding what you did, and instead of hitting him head on, he hit the side of our truck. I don't think we killed it. No. I didn't see it in the road. I think it continued to run.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely not back in the road. I don't know where he went, but...
I feel so bad. Instantly, I got tears in my eyes because it was a scary situation, but I felt really bad thinking that we had just killed this animal. And then we pulled over immediately, and we have a huge dent in the fender. So
I mean, the car wasn't driving any different, but it's definitely something we need to get checked out. I think we need to call our insurance. I don't know, I've never really hit a animal before, so I don't know what the procedure is.
Stupid deer. Oh my god.
That looks like mud or butt mark. But he didn't go into the tires.
We didn't run him over?
No.
With the tires?
No, he ran into the side, and then that spun around. So that's why, like, that looks like we were just driving, he pooped. Like, I don't think his butt was like pressed up against the side.
He didn't just poop, we knocked the crap out of him.
Yeah. But then I saw him scramble onto his feet.
You did see him get up? I didn't see him get up.
I saw him scrambling onto his feet, but then I stopped and pulled over, and like I thought he just wasn't dead.
Yeah.
But then he wasn't on the road, so.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that makes me feel so bad.
Yeah. I was telling Ray though, like, because he hit the side of our car, like we didn't hit him going 60 or 50 or 45, however much I got slowed down to. He just hit the side, so it's a lot less of a hit, I guess.
This is the exact dent that my dad just fixed.
I mean, it's a little bit more.
It's worse. Yeah,
it's definitely worse.
Oh my God. I'm just really thankful that we're safe and it's just, you know, repairs that need to be done. So I think we're gonna let the adrenaline come down and we'll check in with you guys later.
Scouting mission's done. It's good and it's better than we thought.
It's better than we thought?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go.
All right. Here, you want to take the bike?
Sure. Talk about a day. Oh my goodness. So
this was an 82-mile move.
I know. It's supposed to be a super quick, low-key, fast moving day. And I feel like anytime we plan those, that's not what ever happens.
Yeah, and that stuff, stuff happens, right? Like you live. Like just because you're living in an RV doesn't mean bad stuff's not gonna happen, and
right.
It doesn't mean that it should completely ruin your day. You just gotta keep moving forward. So it's all stuff that we can get handled, and we're just happy that it wasn't worse.
Yeah.
After the whole thing, we came down this dirt road and our transmission was overheating because the Black Hills are steep, yeah, like steeper than, like, our transmission is overheating more, so there's lots of motorcycles driving through the Black Hills, which is where we are, and we're driving slow, and so the Ram is known for first or second gear just heating up the transmission, so it was getting hot, so I was stressing about that. Compendium, where we found this spot and we did all of our research and looked it up, and they had cell service and everything, didn't notate that this dirt road that we had to drive down had like a 5 or 6% decline, which is pretty gnarly for a dirt road. But like the dirt road was a nice dirt road. It's hard packed and everything, but it was still unexpected. So that was kind of like another stress point with a warmer than you want transmission. And anyway, then we finally get here and the site's open and it's beautiful because there's a pond right next to it and a creek running into the pond, and we go to pull in and it just takes us forever because the road isn't wide enough to swing out on the turn, and then it's also a narrow like lane that we were trying to back into, so it was really threading the needle with soft sides into like little ravines. He
came from this way and we did like a million back and forth and then finally got in enough, but then the tires on the other side were just too close for comfort. I'm the one who's like pretty lax on like, no, the trailer can make it, or you can make the turn, no big deal. But I was like so high strung because I've seen those pictures on Facebook where like it's soft ground or you think you can make it and then your tires just roll down, and like on each side down here is a ditch and on the other side is a ditch and up here is a ditch. So, oh my goodness, look at the size of this stick.
Carmen?
I know. Okay. Anyway, so very nerve-wracking, and I mean, you know, from hitting the deer, you're already starting with a layer of adrenaline, and now we're gonna add on a layer of stress.
Transmission is overheating, getting in, so it was just a hectic day,
for sure.
We just wanted to show you around the campsite real quick because it is absolutely stunning and more than worth it I think
Even hitting the deer? Is
well,
it
no,
worth
the deer wasn't part of the
No.
stressful getting in here part.
I know.
Our bad day hasn't ended. It is now 1 o'clock and a severe thunderstorm came in out of nowhere. We lost the little service that we did have, but using our weather radio that we have, we're picking up the severe thunderstorm warning. So we have 60-mile-an-hour winds and golf ball sized hail, and you can hear the hail. So yeah. Good morning, and as usual, it's a absolutely beautiful day after this crazy thunderstorm. I already kind of walked around and didn't see any damage. But it was pretty scary since it was around 60-mile-an-hour winds, and they said nickel to golf ball sized hail, and we heard it. So one of the things that did happen was our fridge here. It's a Norcold, and it's beeping, and it says LIOP or L1 OP. So that happened last night, but it should be a fairly easy fix if it was just from the rain and wind, which I think it was. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to fix it. It's to take a magnet to the breaker switch in the back, and that should reset it, and then it'll trip again if it wasn't from the water. So let's do that. I got it working.
Good job.
Yeah, thanks. I figured out what it was. Why?
What was it?
I was using the magnet in the wrong area.
Oh.
So you take the magnet, and it's on the same box, but I thought it was this area because it looks like a good place for a magnet. You actually put it right here, right above the light.
Oh, okay.
So if you see the light on, just put a magnet there. I am glad that I blew all the water out of it, though.
Yeah,
so,
that was a good call no matter what.
Yeah, so you do have your Vire compressor that we told you to have, right? So I think we can start getting ready for the day now that our fridge is working, and I don't think there's any damage to the RV. The truck has nothing, so no hail damage. The solar panels are on the roof. I'll probably go check them out, but I'm not worried because the plastic of our light is less protected than the solar panels themselves.
Oh.
So I was expecting if hail came through, it would come through like the vent, then cracking the top of the solar panel.
What vent?
The bathroom vent.
Oh, the skylight.
Yeah, skylight and the bathroom vent are just like little plastic. So
oh god.
Those didn't break, so I doubt the solar panels broke, but I'll still go up there and check. And it sucks because like the cell tower goes out and we have nothing. So we're gonna go to town.
Was scary.
And we've been talking about picking up a weather radio. We have the weather radio on like a two-way.
Yeah.
But it's not the same. It doesn't like turn on with emergency alerts. So we're gonna go to an Ace Hardware in town and see if they have a Midland weather radio.
Yep.
So let's get ready and go do that.
Okay.
It's wrapping up here. I saw a white truck going down this road over here, so I glanced over. I think it's a Forest Service truck. And I happened to notice that it's going to be a little bit till we can get to Ace Hardware because the road is blocked.
So I guess we didn't get as lucky as we thought last night because 2 trees went down. One right here and one right here.
We're blocked in here because the tree went down over here.
I'm getting kind of sick of it. Oh my goodness. Well, at least I'm sure they're going to be out here to cut them soon.
Yeah, patrolled this road yesterday, so, and I think that was them down there. It was a white truck, so who knows.
While I was getting dressed, Jason came down here to assess the situation, and the Forest Service guy left. Obviously, I'm sure he's coming back. So there's the one tree back there. I'm standing next to this tree. I can't pass it. I mean, okay, yes, I could physically pass it, but then there's a third tree. So there are 3 trees in the road this way. We walked a little further that way. There's 1 tree in the road that way. But then on the side of the road, you know, like this guy right here, where is it? Right here. There's like more up this hill. Like I've already counted just from walking this short distance, 10 trees down. So that's crazy. So if you thought we were just exaggerating about that storm last night, the trees prove you wrong. Now we've learned that to add to our boondocking arsenal, we want to get tow straps, because Jason said, well, we could, you know, move some of these trees with the truck. And then we have like this little handsaw that Jason's trying to use right now. Doesn't seem to be going very successfully, but we want to get now chainsaw probably. If we plan on boondocking in the forest a little bit more, I guess this is stuff you can expect. And also I was thinking about this, if this situation, this exact same 24 hours had happened in the beginning of our RVing trip, I think I would be considering like, oh, this is not for us. Because this sucks. This is not fun. So yeah, this is definitely like our worst 24 hours RVing. This beats week 2, because for a while that was our worst week with just being, you know, stupid new RVers. And I guess, does this make us stupid new boondockers? Anyway, Carmen's loving it. She's having the time of her life out here, so that's all that matters, right? This was that huge middle tree. We got the branches off. That's good. Jason told me that you want to cut the branches off so that way when someone actually comes with a chainsaw, they can just cut it up. So we're kind of like, I guess, doing a step for them. We did see another truck drive by. This one we were able to like flag down. So the woman in it said that there was someone down the road with a chainsaw, so she was gonna go get them. So we decided now to come down to the third tree and start working on this. And this is a different type of tree. And my allergies are through the roof. So they went through that first tree. I'm not kidding, it probably took them 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So there's 3 people here, 1 cutting and 2 clearing, and they are doing such a fast job. I mean, obviously it's their job and they're used to it, but they're already on to tree number 2. So I would like to think that us clearing the branches off that tree is helping them, but I doubt it. We talked to them briefly before they started, and they said that storms like this in the summer they have summer storms, but they're not this bad. So, of course, it's the same thing we heard last year on the East Coast with their storms. Like, oh, it's such a wet year. Oh, this is not normal. So I'm really glad that we get to experience the not normal bad weather all over the US. So anyway, yeah, check in with you later. right, guys, who is ready for some good news? We survived the storm. As you saw, the forestry department cut us out. So the last couple days have been fantastic weather and we've just been working. But now, obviously, we are not working. We are in Deadwood.
So the town itself is okay. I would say it's not our favorite western town. There are definitely better options like Virginia City. Most of the city has burned down a couple times, so a lot of it's just kind of like reenactments. But what has made it fun is the beginning of the Sturgis Rally has begun. So there are motorcycles everywhere. So it's great for people watching, great for looking at all these different motorcycles, and just a lot of fun in general. So let's go check out Deadwood.
Use it, and so that is about the amount of light that they would work with. So at peak production, as I said, there was 40 miners in here. Each pair of miners got one candle for the day.
Shareholders in the mine, but with no voting power.
Yeah.
And we just get plenty of blue sky.
Yeah, and it's non-profit, so there's no money, but we still own a portion of that mine, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's fun that they do that. It's cute.
Now we've been to a coal mine, a silver mine, and this was a gold mine, and they said they didn't make very much money on gold, but they made a lot of money on fool's gold. So
yes.
Good for them.
Good for them.
So we're gonna head home, and tomorrow we're leaving this area.
Yes, but there's one more drive we want to show you because it's just gorgeous. So we'll show that to you tomorrow on our way out of Dodge. So the drive that we wanted to show you was called Spearfish Canyon. It's a scenic route. However, it started raining and there was a thunderstorm passing through. So we are now heading to Badlands National Park, where we will be boondocking at for the next week. So yeah, wild week here. I'm not digging the South Dakota weather, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, violent weather of any kind is not fun.
No, not at all. We're also gonna try and find somewhere to get our truck looked at because it's like almost impossible to fill up fuel. It's kind of like spilling out of the tank, out of the pipe. So not fun. Anyway, all of that for next week. Is there anything else?
No.
All right, well, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to join our Getaway gang. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys. And just like that.
Okay, go.
And there was also some fabric in the trees. At least we saw the Forest Service tree. Got trees on my brain. These things are surprisingly heavy. I know that sounds really stupid, but I don't think about the weight of trees. And I tried to lift it up over here when you weren't looking, and it was very heavy.
It's also the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally.
You can also just see dog butt in between us. Anyway.
All
right, guys.